room. The ball is not swinging as much. He's a left-hander. Attack the crease more. Attack the stumps. Yeah, don't bowl it away from him. Take nothing away. What a start. Good shot.
Similar ball. And he was almost ready to flirt with it. Gyanendra Malla left it at the last microsecond. And it was another wide. Just marginally, I suppose. But Malla has been the strongest bat. I think he got a 47 odd in one of the matches for Nepal. Perhaps the highest score. We give him a man of the match in that one. I think it was the one where they chased 156.
Correct. And it looks like he loves where the ball is coming to the bat. So and so much room. So Lucas has got to ball it more tighter. Better line.
Ooh,
better.
False shot up in the air. He got tucked in a bit. And luckily for him, it didn't carry. Not to mid-on. Of course, the mid-wicket bound fielder on the boundary line.
I can see Arjun is saying maybe it's holding a little bit of coming. So I don't know whether it's really holding or he played it too early. And if it's holding, the spinners will play a big role, huge role on both sides.
I didn't quite notice if he bowled a slower one because it's obviously a little difficult to pick. We didn't see it. Maybe Arjun was also indicating the possibility of a slower one. I wonder if Lucas has that as a weapon.
I've never. I'm not sure, but we'll have a look. But the area that's bowling is bowling it wide, so it's much easier to frame. It's parked. It's parked on the off stump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the off.
Arjun Saud. Oh yes, that's the one. Was forced to play at it. The ball angling away. Arjun Saud lucky not to get a tickle. 2 overs gone. 15 for no loss.
Not a very good start for Kenya. They have gone for 15 in 2 overs, nearly 8 runs and 7 runs and over 7.5. It's not very good.
Well, from the Nepal standpoint, yesterday in the 4th one-dayer, they failed to chase 101. And surely not just the coach would have been pretty upset with the team, but amongst each other, the spirit might have faltered a bit, wondering why they couldn't get 101. But they are here, back for battle, and looks like these two at least are confident enough. At the crease, Arjun, and now Malla. Goes big. Ooh, straight to cover point. I think it's Sukhdeep there. Crashed into him.
Giving room, too much room. Look at the way he pounded on it. It's very quickly, and the bounce is good. The ball is coming to the bat. Good cut.
Sukhdeep actually kept in the absence of Kareem, and he kept quite well.
Very well. I was very impressed. He moved well, especially when you judge a wiki when the ball is turning and keeping low. I think he kept very well.
Very full. Straight to mid-off. A little wobble. But no run. Again, I do think that Elijah Otieno is just having a little problem with his length. Sometimes too short, sometimes too full. That could have been hit for 6 with these guys a little more confident. But let's not be too greedy.
The ball a little bit touch shorter. That's the area that he bowls. He normally bowls it very well. He doesn't normally come up. He's strengthened to hit the 3/4 length.
Colin Zabuya still at slip. Ah, the slower one. We spotted that. Arjun wants the run. Maya, a wobble. Arjun had overcommitted from the non-strikers. Well, now it's okay. They can wave to each other. But that could have been disastrous.
It's could have gone anywhere. It could have picked it up, and that's when you're learning how to pick up the ball, you must keep it in mind that the target doesn't move, so the stumps are there. So keep your eyes on the ball, because the ball will move either to your left, to your right, or keep low. But if you keep your eyes on the ball, it's easier to pick it up and hit the stump, because the target will not move.
Again, short and spanked away. That might go to the boundary. No chance for Sukhdeep. To the left of cover point. Handsome shot. Got on top of that very nicely. Hit Gyanendra Malla. Beg your pardon. Yeah, Malla it was.
And Malla is all over. He's all over with very good catch shot. Waited, then bang. Good area, good shot. And he's waiting. He's picking the bad balls only. And which is very good. And he looks like he's playing it well on top of the bounce.
Yeah, he got behind that really well. Did not play in the air, to his credit. It was a wonderful square cut for 4. And now, wide of mid-on. And again, not picked up too clean by Vraj Patel there. allows an easy single. It could have been tight.
And that's what the Kenyans must understand. If you're fielding, I keep on saying this, if you're fielding in the inner circle, your job is to stop the single. Let him, if he hits on top of you, there's no issues about. But if you let him touch and run and he's straight to Raj, you got to expect it and try and stop it.
Now Arjun, who hasn't had much of the strike. Last ball of the third over. Another slower one. Oh, there is a deep square. So only a single for what was a very poor delivery. But Otieno gets away with that one. 3 overs gone. Nepal 22 for no loss.
He's mixing them up very nicely, Elijah. They've realized the wicket is flat, so you got to try and mix it around. It's not easy on this surface to contain anybody, so you got to try and mix slower balls, bouncers, change your length once in a while. Send it back to Lucas. Every over has been a boundary.
Yeah, I say once again, Lucas looks like the heat's kind of getting to him. He's smiling now, but the way he walks back to his mark, he's like, oh my God, do I have to bowl another ball here?
Not again.
The guys should be used to the heat, though.
Not really. On this part of the world, it's not that hot, but it's fairly hot. But I think this is not really heat at all. It's fairly good enough for you. And it's 20 overs.
Pulled away, nobody there. It could be 6. Well, we'll have to check. Handsome shot by the young, tiny Arjun South. Spotted that quickly enough. Just a shade too straight. And Lucas is banged away by young Arjun.
I think it's something they've got to read quickly. Pounced on it too short. It's in good position. Oh, good shot. You watch it well. The most important thing that they have to realize with Arjun, he didn't play the drives very well. So I don't know why they're pushing him so much behind. It's a flat wicket. So ask him to come in front and drive you over the top. It's not one of his strengths.
Like the last ball last over was fabulous. Yeah, better length.
Good area. So let him drive you. Let him try and drive because he loves to cut and pull and looks at his strength. Is to pull and straight away I've seen they put somebody down on that area. So unless you're trying to trap him there, but this is T20, by the time you realize you've already gone too far.
Well, just to remind you, the two fielders on the boundary line, a third man at about 45 or so, and one at deep square leg, just about square of the wicket. Short 5. Again, the short ball, he swings too quickly. Picks up a little injury. I suppose he'll be all right. These guys are tough now, as you guys were.
They've got to be tough. Very, 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 very tough. And it's not easy. I like what Lucas is doing. You got to mix it up. It's a flat wicket. You can't just bowl on one area. Mix it up. Bowl some bouncers, slower bouncers, slower ball.
I dare suggest Arjun South will feel he's missed out because, as he was pointing out, he loves to hit square of the wicket. The ball was there for the pull. He just played it too early. Of course, he'll also have to watch out because there's a deep square. Well bowled. Malla wants a single. He races through. Well done. Good decision. And Arjun South responded quickly enough. Every once in a while, when the ball's so close to the pitch, you tend to hesitate, and that can cost. But good call by Malla. Good response by South.
That's what I'm saying, is they've been doing it consistently. Running scene has been good. They're calling quickly and they're taking off. The guy who's fielding a point or covers, expect they're going to run, so be ready. Good
Down
shot.
leg. That's wonderfully struck. Now there is a deep square. A lot of work to do for that deep square fielder. He will get there in time. Good for an easy 2. Handsome shot that on drive. Was full.
I totally disagree with the field placing. Remove the sleep. It's not doing anything. The wicket is not doing much.
Took the words out of my mouth. I was about to say that 2 balls ago. I kept quiet. Well done, Kennedy.
Remove it. Go straight away. They've done that. They've heard our cry. Collins goes to mid wicket.
This is better now because Lucas Olwach will now be able to bowl straight without wondering whether they leak runs on the leg side. Expect a straighter line to continue. Well, that's the kind of ball you need a slip for.
Correct. And talk about the slips, it's the end of the over, and the score is 28 for now.
They're going 7 runs and over in the first 4. Nepal, after winning the toss, electing to bat first. They've sent in a very competent pair. This man made his debut a couple of matches ago. Arjun South, very tiny, only 19. Has played a little bit in India as well. Some of the leagues. Very competent keeper. And he did replace the regular keeper, Mohammad Asif Sheikh, who wasn't too bad himself. Scored a few runs too, kept well. In any case, South gets to make his debut here in the Kenya-Nepal series and has utilized the opportunity well. Ganendra Malla also, a very competent bat. He's the oldest man in the team, so possibly the youngest and the oldest. Malla about 36 now.
He's shown his bat and a lot of experience. Take a lot of responsibility on his shoulders.
Oh, wow. You think he likes hitting square of the wicket? That was spanked. It was wide, was short, needed the treatment. Arjun read it well. He hit it with so much confidence and commitment.
That's a freebies, honestly. Freebies. If you give chance for batsman to freeze arm, it's going to be a freebies. It's easy. And there's no power. They're still insisting on the slips. I don't know why they insist on the slip. The ball is doing totally nothing. Get off the slips. Get somebody somewhere. And they can't keep on attacking outside off stump. You got to come in the middle and let him force the shot, either on the leg or extra covers somewhere.
Well, there's a lot of confusion in the field. The man went down to cover boundary. He's come back in. Similar shot. There is a third man, though. They were threatened to pull him in last ball. They said, no, I think we'll keep a third man. Useful, because it's only 1 now instead of 4.
I think the line that they're bowling, Neme is bowling is the wrong line. Is bowling outside off stump. It's T20. You just go to bet. You go to put your bet to ball, and the ball will go somewhere. Attack.
Well, once again, they've listened to you, and they've taken your brother away to mid-wicket instead of slip. This is slightly better. He can afford to bowl straighter. Collins, and yet, it wasn't such a bad ball.
Still, I would love him to come more straighter. Make him try and hit you between mid on, mid off. And if you try to squeeze it over covers, makes more sense.
Well, Ganendra Malla, Malla would be a little disappointed in get more runs off that, or any runs at all. Was a handsome drive, played it on the up, and went straight to cover point. But as you've been saying, Kennedy, straighter now. You've got a good feel for a straighter delivery. Again outside, edge, and gone. Was outside the off stump. For a change, Ganendra Malla gave it the full treatment. A big heave-ho. Lucky it didn't edge to the keeper. The third man was too wide. And a bonus boundary for Nepal.
And that's exactly what I'm saying. He's giving it too much room. If you bowl that area, just free your arm. Look, there you go. Just free your arm. Hope for the best. And get a boundary. Yes, it's a nick, but still. You got to bowl tighter. Bowl a little bit more straighter.
Odiambo's over. So far expensive. 9 off it. 2 balls to go. And the commentary box is urging him to bowl straighter. He got 3 on the off, 4 on the off, 3 on the leg, and well done. Better line. I think they'll get only 1. Did they want the second? Oh, well run. From deep square.
That's good chase. Attack the ball well from inside. Nehemiah, it's quite expensive. It's been 4-1.41. They've really been on top of him. They haven't given him room at all. And the ones which they haven't scored, they've middled it also well.
Sachin Bhudia, it was a run in from deep square. Made sure it was only a single. Last ball of this first over. Outside off and spanked away over mid-on. Will that go all the way? It does! What a handsome strike. That's brilliant. Arjun South, he picked it up really well. There was no real pace in it. Got plenty of bat. 6 over long on. What a special shot.
The crowd loves it. The ball just sat there. That's what I was saying. He doesn't have pace. He goes a little bit short. He loves it on that area. Talking about the area, and the score is 44-0. As I say, good. giving Charu a small break. Steve is here. It's going to be interesting, Steve. What a start from Nepal. The start they really wanted. They are going on 10 runs and over. Kenyans have got no answer. Talk about 10 runs and over. They've gone straight to spin.
Yes, a good start there by Nepal, looking positive. 44 for no of 5 overs. They're operating at 10 runs per over. Gyanendra Mala and Arjun Saud, they've come out with a positive intent.
I don't say that, Steve. Yes, it's a positive intent, but I've not been impressed by the bowling. There have been a lot of short balls. There have been a lot of volleys, square cut, so everywhere. So how tight can they bowl? And Arjun and Mala, very good players. They are pounding on it.
And we see Kenya revert to spin. I think their spinners have done well in the series so far. So maybe this is their way of trying to pull the game back.
And they've lost the ball at the same time. Got umpires getting new balls. It's a way of them pulling the game back, which is very crucial. I think they've lost the ball. The umpires are still talking. The third umpire, she's walked in with a box of balls. Let's go there, what it's going to get. While looking at Steve, 160 was there. Can Kenya pull it back? Then the Nepalis are going to look like as if it's going to be a 170, 180. Can they pull it back? And the only way you pull things back is by getting wickets.
And that's why we have the skipper coming on to bowl. Yesterday he had a very good spell of 4 overs, 2 wickets for 7 runs.
It's very crucial. Crucial wicket of Arjun.
Shem Goche starts off with a slip, still attacking. That's a good stop there by Sachin Budia. Very nicely struck by Gyanendra Mala. Shem strays onto the pads and Mala plays the sweep shot. Gets a boundary. Nepal 48 for no after 5.2 overs. Kenyans leaking runs. Mala goes over short mid-wicket. They're looking for the second run. It's not there. Good fielding there. Good return from the deep by Sukhdeep Singh. Nepal playing very good cricket at the moment. Shem comes back with a dot ball. They need to do this more. Ball dot balls create pressure. Again, Shem bowls good areas. Mala just drops it to backward point. 6 overs. I would have thought after yesterday's victory, they would have come, with more positive intent and a high morale.
Pushing them, but can they push for 2? They run the first one quick. They're looking for 2. No. Stick to 1. You chase from the captain. Right, can they give us a breakthrough? Can they give the Kenyans a breakthrough? They need one. Nepal right on top. 51 for no. What a dream start. Viraj firing it well. He's only gone for 2 runs so far. He's got a little big fun on the one corner, Steve. Pushed it again on the leg side. Can they push for 2? No. Stick to 1.
So far 3 runs from this over. Can Viraj close the over nicely?
26, 23.
Finishes off with a single. 4 runs from that over. Nepal 53 for no loss after 7 overs. This is the time Kenyans should look to pull it back, Kennedy. You know, with the field spread out, boundary operators, they need to keep it a little bit tight, build some pressure on the Nepalese batsmen.
That's a big challenge. Nehemiah has been quite expensive, and every time he comes into ball, I think with a ball you already licked runs, ball your strength, you come back, go back to your spinners. You keep a lot of pressure on him. So they've got 45, he's gone, so they're going to try and prevent a sweep. And this is the kind of field that you want to see when a spinner is bowling. Still the guy in a circle are quite far. Will they be able to stop the single? Oh,
That was a chance there. Family struck.
Just put its hands and then take them off. Should have taken it. Where do I struck 4? Good shot. Oh, he took his hands off. Should have tried.
Arjun using his feet.
Good. Good one again. The good thing is he taps and runs. If you're in, unless they definitely must have got used to him of tapping and running. Again, good ball. Picked up the single. Sham's already gone for 4. Dot, then a single. Can you create more pressure? It's it on the gap. Yes, it is on the gap. Is it gone all the way? Yes, gone all the way. Right on the gap. And Arjun, they're really on fire. Good shot. Good placement.
That was a half tracker from Shem. And Arjun rocked back, hit it over deep mid-wicket for 6.
Good shot.
Up.
It's a better line. The half tracker really treated it well. With a lot of authority.
I beg your pardon, that was Gyaneda Marla.
Marla is hitting it well. It's gone to 33. Arjun was at 29. Score is 65. Yes! They got a little bit excited. First wicket goes. Kenya gets the breakthrough they wanted. And guess who gave them the breakthrough? His name is Shem Gocha, the captain himself. Bowled a little bit wider. He got a little bit greedy. He had got 4, 6, 1, 1. He'd got more than what he did on that over. And a good breakthrough from Kenyans.
Arjun charges and the ball gets a bit of turn and bounce. And Karim takes a good stamping to get rid of Arjun.
And the score is 65 for 1. A well-deserved breakthrough from Kenya, Steve.
Yes, and they need to keep doing this, picking wickets. As we see, Dipendra Aire walks in at 1 down with a score 65 for 1 after 8 overs.
Let's talk a little bit about Arjun's quite a
As Ire walks in, we see another bowling change from the city end. Nelson Odhiambo replacing, beg your pardon, from the city end. Raj Patel continues.
Yeah, Raj has bowled well, good areas, good stumping. I thought Arjun, I was talking about Arjun earlier. He's quite a young guy, he's still got a long way to go. He will realize how valuable the starts are, especially when you open betting and you get a chance to get a start, because it can be rough up there when you're up the order. So if you get a chance to get a start, make use of it. Gets on the leg side, they run the first one quicker. Can they look for the second one? Try to get the second one. Good throw from Rakib, only stick to a single. I rebetted well also, Steve, in bits and pieces, but the main guy is Mala. If they get Mala, they'll create a little bit of pressure. From the senior, Collins is talking to the young Viraj. Good shot. From one. Still not attacking the ball. Yes, he recovered, but attack the ball. Don't invite that too. The surface looks very good. So we're playing short through the line. Plays the sweep shot again. Tries to play chase from Lucas. Got 3 runs. That's what I spoke about yesterday, Steve. I think they've got it right today. With the spinners, you can't keep on playing on the off. You got to try and play the pedal sweep. Let him think a little bit. And it's not a big sweep so that you want to try and hit it. Just a small one, a tiny one. And change of field, 45 comes in. Yeah, that's the area. He's already licked 5 runs. Balls, can they manage 2? They're looking for 2. Yeah.
That's again good fielding from Rakep, running in about 50 meters to cut off the 2.
That's very good. That's very good. Rushed in nice. That's what I'm saying from Naimea. Don't invite it. Run quickly and get into it. And that's the end of the over. And the score, 71 for 1 after 9. Crowds have been tricking in. This should be a good one in the afternoon. We've got a good now. A couple of Kenyan flags. It's going to be quite interesting.
And as we see the bowling change from the city end, Nelson Odhiambo replacing the skipper Shem Goche.
And that's what Steve have been saying. The most important thing, guys, they've found playing spinners is harder. He's got 3 spinners on his team. Why not use them? The seamers have gone way ahead.
Let him go this way, straighter.
So just use them this way. Rakep Patel bowled yesterday very well. He bowled nicely yesterday. What a start with the white ball. Get it straight. Get it straight. The good thing is, I like about this about the fun. He's decided to come up. So he's forcing you. Yeah, if you want to hit it, you got to hit it from inside the crease. Good shot.
Again, short outside off stump. And Ire jumps onto it, slaps it through backward point for 4 runs.
It's quite scary. And the seamers are not impressive at all. They've been bowling short and wide. take nothing away from the batsmen, you still go to dispatch them away. And they've been doing that very well. It's a new batsman. Why give him that room? Get over the top, one bounce there too. They're still bowling short and wide. They're inviting that shot. The wicketkeeper is up. Why bowl it short? Bowl it up. Let him hit you on the mid-off area. You've got protection.
I think they've just got to change their line a bit and bowl a bit straighter. Don't give too much room outside off stump.
It's too much room they're giving.
Was a slow ball, chance of a run out. Ooh. The batsmen go through. That's good running from the Nepalis.
Keep on saying this again. If you're in the inner circle, stop it. Run up. Make him dive when he gets to a single. He taps it. It's already shown you that he's not going to hit it. He's just going to tap it way ahead. We'll pick from Ifan. Nyamia goes on. He's going for a wide. So he's already on 6 runs. 7 runs already on the over. Okay, another invite, another outside off stump. That's the area they've been bowling.
And they've persisted with that line even though they are leaking runs. I think the keeper needs to speak to his bowlers and say, guys,
bring it a little bit touch in.
Let's be a bit tight.
I don't mind if you mix it like that. I've got no issue of that. The only issue I've got is when you're giving too much room. So you're letting him create the shot. But if it's there to hit on the wide, it's much easier. So if you create the shot, then he's also giving you a chance.
Looking for to drop that short mid-wicket. Well done by the keeper, Karim.
Good chase. Fun. You can stick to single. That's a better line. That's a far much better line. His slower ball is much better. He's bowling it into good areas. So he's forcing you to try and create room to hit it. .170, 180, is it a good score? Is the wicket too flat? Again on the leg side. That's the line he should be bowling. If he bowled all those 3 balls there, should have been in good areas. And the score is 82 for 1. Let's take a small break and welcome Charu to take us through the next 5 overs, which is going to be quite exciting.
And as we welcome Charu to the commentary box, Nepal 82 for 1 after 10 overs. They are going at 8 runs per over. They've started off positively with good intent. Charu, we've seen a good start by the Nepalis, especially in the power play, and now they're just consolidating.
Very well put. The power play was useful for Nepal, and they've treated the spinners with some level of respect. Although, of course, unlike yesterday, when they were unplayable, there isn't too much spin here. And I do think it's much, much easier for batting. So, yes, 82 for 1 at the halfway stage. You'd think at least about 170, 175. We could see the biggest score, the highest score of this series. And, of course, the best part, they've lost only that 1 wicket when Arjun Saud got a little ambitious. Tried to rush down Shem Goche, the skipper. Okay, more spin. Colin Zaboya. And I will repeat myself. I don't think this pitch is taking too much spin. And if you want to just push them around for singles, it's going to be a lot easier.
Yeah, so far we've not seen any spin, especially when shame bolt from the commentator's end.
Very full Collins away at first ball, and that will unfortunately for Kenya go for a boundary. That's a little poor. He got right behind it, but not enough. There was a bit of an awkward bounce. It hit the body and went through for 4. Collins and Kenya will not be too pleased.
Yeah, that was a poor piece of fielding. That should have been stopped in the deep by Nehemiah. Good awkward bounce, but still body behind the ball is the basics of the game.
Well, that's a bonus boundary for sure.
Collins comes back with a dot ball.
Yeah, that's... Slightly short cutaway. That could be another boundary. There is a man at cover point. Too much work to do. How well was that cut? Just brilliant. Great timing. Kept it along the ground. Everything very pleasing about that shot.
Picked up the length of the ball, went back into his crease, used his hands nicely there to steer it through backward point. Kenyans leaking runs here.
Yeah, this is turning out to be a decent over. 8 of it already. Decent for Nepal, that is. Gyanendra Malla on 39. This could be 2 if they run hard. And they do decide to. Once the decision was taken, always becomes a lot easier. Too much work to do for Rakeb coming in from the deep mid-wicket boundary line.
And good running from the Nepalis. They've done this brilliantly so far, pushing the boundary fielders and inner ring circles, picking singles in the inner ring and picking twos when the ball goes to the boundary.
Oh, bit of a problem with the bat here for Gyanendra Malla. He says, I want a new one, because all of a sudden he's detected a crack at the bottom. I suppose batsmen are allowed, of course, at any point of time to change bats. I don't think the umpires will be too...
Yes, we have a short break. Malla changing his bet. He's been batting well so far on 41 runs. And he's steadily building another partnership with Irie.
The rest of the dugout's pretty keen to come out and get a bat today. I think yesterday they were all wondering, well, who's going to go next? Not me, because it was doing so much of the pitch. Adil, of course, is padded up. He's a big hitter of the ball, big boy. But I think they're more or less sorted out now with another bat. These days, what can I say, Steve? Everybody seems to have half a dozen bats at least.
Yeah, and you know, that is what is going around. Batters carrying about 6-7 bats in their bag. But again, the surface has played well.
That it has.
The batsmen have trusted the bounce on the surface. They can hit through the line.
Let's see what this new bat does to Malla. Tries to go big, very well struck, but there is a cover sweeper. Struck so hard, no chance of a double there. I think that bat's pretty good, the one that he's got now.
End of the 11th over, they got 11 runs from that. Nepal 94 for 1 after 11.
Another good phase of play for Nepal. They lost their first wicket at about 67 or so, if I remember correctly. A near 30-run stand, and it's come pretty quickly. Dipender Singh Irie, one of their more important all-rounders. A trusted player. He is also very young, just 21, Irie. But he does dart those, or let's call them three-step medium paces, no real off-spin. Got away with it with a very good analysis once. Slower one yet again by Nelson. He does bowl those fairly regularly, the slower ones, and they haven't really capitalized on those. They haven't really spotted it quickly enough to hit them big.
And it's a difficult art, you know, darting them Yorker length, especially as a spinner. But he's done it successfully for Nepal in the past few games.
Another slower one, patted away into the covers for a single. No chance for two. I suppose Nepal, in the position they are, the last thing they need is a risky run to maybe get run out. That they should just completely lock away in some cupboard now, this whole run out concept.
And definitely, you know, with the two batters who set now, you don't want to lose one of them through a run out.
Gyanendra Malla now on strike is at 43. He missed out his half century in the last match, well, a couple of matches ago, got 47, I think. Oh, down leg. Poor delivery. There is a short fine. Had Malla got a bit of bat to it, chances are it would have beaten the short fine, who was at 45. He's back as the keeper. Irfan Karim. Much better. To the left of short fine. They could have taken the second. There was hesitation once again. I'm not making too much of this, but these two at the crease, and even earlier, Arjun and Malla, just a little unsure about their running, which is something that I'm sure Nepal will look at, because we've seen that when you're committed for the two, Steve, 19 times out of 20 you make it safely when you're committed.
Yeah, once there's that doubt in your mind and your partner, it becomes difficult. So, and I would want to believe, since they are teammates, there has to be that understanding.
What a fabulous square cut. Wow. Waited for that. Terrific. Gets only one for it, but what a handsome shot. Pleasing to watch. Two balls still to go, no boundary, but this is the middle passage of play, and I don't think Nepal is going to be too worried. If they have many wickets in hand, then the last 5-6 overs can go for plenty, we think, with the pitch not doing too much.
Definitely, yeah. With wickets in hand, they can open their shoulders in the last few overs.
Again, drifting down leg. Will they take the two? No. Amble for a single. One more ball left. Slightly better by Nelson, this one, even though that one wide wasn't too clever a ball. But the keeper was up. And we just want to remind you, as Kennedy was saying earlier, this will keep the batsman honest. There he is. Irfan Karim, one of the tallest keepers I've seen, Steve, but he does a good job. So he's up. I don't think the batsmen are going to try and charge down. Once again down leg. Will they take two here? They have the opportunity. Man comes racing in. Collins. Irie wants to. But fair enough. It was Malla's call, since he was watching the ball a little more closely. And they take only one. 12 gone. It's 101 for 1 Nepal. Well, it's about time they bring Raj back, because he has been their best bowler, without doubt, Kenya, Steve. And if they can get a wicket or two here in this middle passage of play, all of a sudden the complexion of the game may change.
And I've been impressed by Raj, youngster coming into the team and doing so well.
Goes for the big swing, misses completely. And starts to move his leg a little further towards the ball. Does Irie.
Starts with a dot ball. I was just talking to him the other day, and he seems a quite confident youngster.
Well, that he is. I think all left-arm slow bowlers are just so much on target, so accurate, that very early in their career they pick up heaps of confidence, knowing that they can hit a coin 5 times out of 6 if you ask them to. Space given up in the air, slices off the outside half of the bat. He will not get a boundary, but that was a false shot. And Raj Patel will feel like he's on to something here.
Again, that was pace off the ball by Raj, as Mala tried to go over extra cover.
Moral victory to Raj Patel. Oh, up in the air, and no, missed. Would you believe it? Raj Patel cannot believe it himself. Well, he put the lunge in, and I think he over-lunged the ball going inside his palms, so we think. No, just on the outside, but oh, such an important opportunity for Kenya. Goes begging. Well, what was that reaction? Will he get taken there? He does! Brilliant catch taken in the outfield. Dipender Singh Irie. Wow, just a rush of blood there. Paid the penalty. What a fine catch, diving to his right. In the covers. Brilliant.
Brilliant catch there by Sukdeep, running in and taking it on the dive. Again, Raj strikes for Kenya. Bowled it a little bit wide, so the batsman charging in and tossed it a little bit wide. And Sukdeep takes a brilliant catch.
Raj Patel strikes again. The ball was too wide. Maybe he saw Dipender Singh Irie rushing down and just pushed it a little wider. Got the outer half of the bat. And Dipender Singh Irie will take no more part with the bat today. Decent knock, but I'm sure he was looking for a lot more. Great to see people in here on the Tuesday afternoon at the Nairobi Gymkhana, Steve. It's an iconic ground, and I'm sure that you've seen it plenty of times. Full of people, full of noise, and great atmosphere. Today too, we're happy that a lot of people have turned up.
Yes, very nice to see people coming to support the teams. It brings back good memories when we played Sri Lanka here. We had a crowd of 20,000.
No, where? Everybody standing on each other then? Wow.
And it was fully packed. It was a great atmosphere during that game.
I can only imagine. Wasn't here, but yeah, it's a wonderful ground. It is in the middle of the city, Nairobi in Kenya. Very accessible, wonderful clubhouse, good hospitality. Nepal now having lost their second wicket. I wonder if Rohit's going to take a little bit of time to settle down. This, of course, is Malla, waiting to get his 50 on 48. Now that's it. Wicket taking over by Raj Patel. What's new? 105 for 2 after 30.
Raj, having picked a wicket, forces the skipper to come on himself. Kenya realize spinners are the ones who are going to do the job for them.
Well, he has. He has. Has picked up 1 wicket so far. Shem. So easily done.
Yeah, Shem starts off with a ball around the pads. That's a good shot. Oh, and it goes for 4. Good try there by Rakep. Was a ball outside off stump. Hit firmly by Malla.
Well, I hope Patel's okay because he's nursing his hand. Nice dive put in by him, but he was always going to be second best.
And Malla goes to his 50.
Congratulations, Gyanendra Malla. The first 50 for Nepal on this Kenya-Nepal tour. T20s, 5 of them. Just to remind everybody who's watching, first, of course, thank you for tuning in. This is the 5th and final T20. The two teams locked 2-all. So everything to play for. Nepal have started well. Again full. This time to the right of long on. Didn't quite get the same connection with the bat.
Score is on the Nelson. Short ball, Rohit cuts, but cuts straight to the point fielder, Nelson Odhiambo.
Well, Rohit has only just come in, so he was a shade tentative. Didn't throw the bat at that square cut. Again, up to extra cover, over extra cover. Will that go for 4? Yes, he got enough of bat on that. And Rohit Paudel helps himself to a boundary. He hit it in a very safe spot. Once you go over extra cover, if you have that ability, chances are that even if you hit it in the air, you will either get a boundary or certainly not get caught. Good shot.
Always a difficult shot to execute, but Rohit does it well.
Oh, the late cut. And once it passes the short third, it might go all the way. Was it Raj Patel who puts on the dive? I think they have time for 3. And the throw's wild. They could take another, make it 4. Poor cricket. Raj needed to be a little better with the throw. Good bowler. Well, even that dive didn't quite work out. So an expensive over from the Kenyan captain. 14 gone, 119 for 2. Well, do we see more acceleration now by Nepal? They have 8 wickets in hand, only 6 overs to go. That's plenty in the tank. Gyanendra, of course, has gotten his 50, so expect him to also now be a little more explosive. And there we are, right on cue. Big one, huge one over the side screen. That might be out of the ground as well. Oh, magnificent shot. Gyanendra Malla shows Raj Patel, who's boss here. Yeah, put his left leg out and swung through. Huge 6.
That's a beautiful shot by Malla. He realizes now it's time to change gears. With 6 overs to go, 8 wickets in hand. He's already gotten his 50. He's going to step on the gas.
Who's going to get the ball back? I think we've already lost one. That one on the driveway as you come into the Nairobi Gymkhana. Of course, there's another ground beyond that, so it's not gone into public territory. But somebody needs to get the ball back, or we're going to have to get another one. What's the indication? Yep, the umpires are saying, can we have the boxer balls, please? New balls, please. Well, I used one. Somebody has to go fetch that ball. But that was a fabulous strike. And, of course, the confidence of having been there for quite a while. Gyanendra Malla did step it up right on cue, we thought, Steve. You and I were talking about acceleration. And Gyanendra Malla, fearless. It's just once you're confident and you've been there for a while and the team's doing well, wickets in the stable, you tend to put a ball to 6, which otherwise you might have patted down for a single or maybe a defensive shot. It's just the mindset, Steve. It makes plays such an important part.
Yes, definitely. Like you said, once you've spent some time on the wicket, you know what the wicket is doing. You know what the bowlers are doing. And, you know, just that natural instinct takes over.
Okay. What next? Tries to do that again. It's up in the air. It could go to hand. Deep mid-wicket running down. And should be taken easy catch. So Malla will depart. I suppose the dugout won't really mind, even though he was the established batsman, should have stayed there longer. But tries to go for consecutive 6s. And it's a good catch near the boundary line.
And Raj Patel strikes again. He's the one who's smiling now after being hit for a 6. Picks his 2nd wicket.
It's good. The old firm, isn't it? Old Patel, caught Patel.
Yeah, good catch there in the deep by Rakev Patel.
So So Messrs. Patel and Patel ensure that Nepal lose their third. I'm not suggesting they have to be a little careful now because they've got plenty of runs and still have 7 wickets in hand. Here's that look again. Goes across instead of going in front and pays the penalty. Doesn't quite catch it right. Got plenty of elevation, but not. It's coming somewhere here.
At the fall of Mala, Pawan walks in with Nepal 125 for 3 after 14.2 overs. They are well poised to post a big total in this 5th and final T20 match. It's the decider of the series with both teams tied 2-2. Pawan faces his fast ball, tries to cut outside off stump, misses. It's a dot ball. At this stage, again Pawan pitch short, cuts it to backward point. Sukhdeep runs in and cuts the second run. Good fielding by Sukhdeep.
Yeah, Sukhdeep's making it count, his presence. He's also a good bat, also a keeper, a valuable player for Kenya. I suspect he's still very young. He'll value his experience. Already a very good catch. And now, even the Nepal batsmen doing the right thing. They ran the first one very quickly and then were watchful. Sukhdeep made no error. And they took only one. Oh, a rare loose delivery could have been taken. What a brilliant effort at mid-wicket. Oh boy, all of Kenya will be disappointed. And so to Nehemiah, I think it was. It was a little high, struck very hard. You can say that Pawan was lucky.
That was a good effort from Nelson. It was
Nelson, sorry. Well, there are two with the long hair. Now, this is one they could take two here. No. Colin Zabuya, I think, runs in from deep square. Another good over by Raj Patel. 15 gone, was hit for a 6, then took a wicket. It's 1-8 for 3 after 15. Well, Steve Tikolo is going to take a break for this final 5 overs of the first innings. We're going to be joined once again by Kennedy Obuya. And I wonder what his thoughts are about a final score here. 5 overs. That's 30 balls, 1-8 for 3. Welcome to the commentary box once again, Kennedy. What do you think?
Thank you very much.
Final score ought to be for Nepal here. 1-8 for 3, 5 overs to go.
Cherry, it's going to be an interesting one. Tighten your seatbelt. It's going to go there. It's going to be a brilliant one. Yeah, we go solid finish. 170, 180 would be a good score.
Yeah, they certainly have the opportunity in Nepal. They've got a few big hitters. 3 of them back in the pavilion. All 3 have done reasonably well. Rohit Paudell's been there for a while. Pawan Saraf, who often opens for Nepal, has come in at number 5 today. But we know he can also hit big.
Can they accelerate from here? Can the Kenya pull it back? That's the sweet bit of the whole game. There you go! Clean balled him! The captain has done it. Totally bambooed him.
Well, Shem Goche is the man for Kenya. Picked up the first, comes back in again, picks up another. The spinners are once again working wonders for Kenya. Pawan will be so disappointed. So will his coach and skipper. Maybe tried to hit big a little too early, unless that was a call from the dugout. Yet he chose the wrong ball. Tried to go big over mid-wicket. Would have been much better going straight behind the bowler. But, well, too late now.
And that's the experience. That's what we were talking about. There's a difference between slogging and playing normal cricket shots. If they play normal cricket shots from where they are now, you're looking at 7-8 runs and over, we land it to where you want to go. But if you want to go there as quickly as possible, you're creating pressure on the new batsmen, because for the Kenyan to slow you down, they got to keep on picking up wickets. And that's what they've been doing at the moment.
Pawan Saraf walking back. Well, quite appropriately disconsolate. I'm sure there was a lot of expectation. He opened, I think, the previous match, got out very first ball by nicking it to the keeper. He's still got another game. Came in at number 5, did nothing. That's a big setback for Nepal. Yet, they've got a few others who can hit the ball big. Adil, for instance, who's walked in now. Very, very tough player. Oh!
What a ball. And
Turn for Shem.
And Cheru, that's the most sometimes surprisingly when you play this game. You may find them when I'm betting, I'm hitting them well. When you come to bet, things are different. So I play according to what you're seeing.
This time he cuts again, not fielded clean at point. He'll take only a single. So that brings Rohit Paudel there. Rohit Paudel only 20. In fact, Adil is only 19. He's now at the non-strikers end. So there's some very young players in Nepal. I think the average age is 22 or something. What a terrific experience.
Very good. That's when I say move forward.
Well, yes or no, yes or no. I don't know why there's so much hesitation. I've got to make a special note of that. I'm not suggesting that every other player in the world doesn't hesitate, but in the running between the wickets of Nepal players, there's a lot of hesitation. Maybe they just don't play enough. Maybe they're young. I've talked about the average age.
Yes, no, call should be very clear.
Shapes away to cut. And this time very well fielded on the bounce at backward point. A wicket taking over from the Kenyan skipper. He's doing well. 16 gone. 1-3-1 for 4.
The fielding has been shocking, to be very honest. It has not impressed me at all. There's a midfield on that corner. There's a midfield on here. There's a midfield down on this other side. Those little things make a big difference. So there's a look. 4 runs, 8. Already you have leaked 10 runs, which are not supposed to be there. And I've mentioned the singles. There have been so many.
Yeah. Well, 2 catches also. One, Raj Patel, return catch, was just a little short. It whizzed past his left hand. And, of course, also Nelson, I think, at mid-wicket, popped one up. Yeah, correct, so exactly. 2 catches. I wonder how much will hurt them.
And look at them. Sheru mentioning the keepers. You saw the keeper taking a brilliant one on the boundary.
Yep.
We are everywhere on the outfield, behind the stumps. We are very good.
Oh, slower one. Should have fielded that himself on his follow-through. Elijah Otieno. Except, I'm sorry, Sukhdeep's no keeper. He's fielding today, so he's disqualified.
Fielding. So the catch. And we moved. Jadu, very good fielding from the young man.
Yeah.
And a very strong arm he's got. As not to mention that people normally say that keepers don't have strong arm. Very strong arm for throwing.
All right. I'll take that. Elijah goes down leg. And that should have been sent for more, except it was a slower one. Not read quickly enough by Adil. Just pats it down. Now we're going to start running out of deliveries as we get to the business end of this Nepal innings. Remember, they won the toss, opted to bat first, and runs on the board have a certain psychological advantage. They've done well so far. Just under 4 overs to go, perhaps another 30-40 runs. Down leg, and he just turned it away.
That's a good shot, but he's been bowling so many slower balls. And Irfan Karim is telling him, ball it a little bit outside off stump, so make him hit it where your fielder. But he's not big. He's bowled all 3 slow balls. He's been quite predictable.
Well, you can bowl a slower ball, but if you're going to go erring in line, then they're going to go for many. And I wonder if Paudel could have actually whacked that for a 6, but he did very well to control that. Got a boundary of a bad ball.
For me, if they get 40 runs, that will take you nearly 10 runs and over. So they land to about 170, 180.
Well, that's what they should be targeting with 6 wickets still in hand. Cut away, that should be another boundary. Handled it very well. It wasn't such a bad delivery. I think just very well played by Rohit Kumar Paudel. In control, kept it down, found the gap, 4 runs.
Good shot. Good shot. Played around with the bowler nicely. Bowled a slower ball first, he pulled it on leg. Then he bowled a quicker one, he cut it down. Good shot and good thinking. My disappointing part is The spinners haven't seen Rakib Patel bowl. He's bowled very well. It looks like the wicket is a little bit slower, so if you can bowl again, if you can get Rakib to bowl, let them share. The seamers have gone big time.
Well, I wonder if they'll get Rakib at this late stage, the death overs. Again, pull, it could go to hand, nobody there. Well, that's a poor delivery, considering that the square leg was in. Short, should have deserved the treatment, got it. Might even look for 6 again, but Rohit happy to take 4. This is turning out to be a really good over for Nepal.
And that's what they were calling it. See, they normally call them lollipops, and those are what is bowling at the moment. They are all lollipops. They are being hit all over.
Well, still square leg is in, Kennedy, so he better not bowl that ball again. Short fine, square leg near the umpire. If you drift down leg, that's going to go for many. Outside off. Very well struck, but your man is there.
Oh, good.
Sukhdeep, and shows a good arm.
Oh, brilliant. Well done, Gwiki. Well done, Sukhdeep. But very disappointing over. And the score is 146 for 4 after 17. Where did they go from here? Did they go stick with Nelson with the spin, with a change of pace? Elijah has been very disappointing with his slower balls.
Well, they do have Collins Abuya as a spin option if they want to exercise that. He didn't have a very good over, though, when he bowled earlier. And, of course, as you've been mentioning, Rakib. But at this stage, if you introduce a slow bowler with the pitch not doing too much and the ball coming in as Rakib does to right-handers, I wonder if they'll take heavy toll, the Nepal batsmen, because they have nothing to lose now. They have 6 wickets in the bag, 3 overs left. They might hurt the off-spinner.
It's going to depend how you land, where you are landing it. That's very, very, very important.
Late cut, well done. Raj this time dives to his left. Luckily for him, it was on the bounce, so he could field it easier.
A lot of change of pace. Nearly every ball don't be predictable. Got to push a few. That's a good ball. What a start. His ball is single. One singles will not hurt you. So if you can mix them up and force them not to squeeze in a boundary on business. But if you're a Nepali, you're looking for boundaries.
Goes big, doesn't quite connect. Again, Sukhdeep is going to be in business. And he limits it to only 1 with that magnificent keeper's throw.
Excellent. Can't ask for anything more than that, Sharu. He's got 1 and 1. So he's bought 2 singles. That's what you need. Just don't lick a boundary at the moment.
Well, I have to say that he's not been able to connect too well for the moment, Adil. But now we got Rohit Paudel, who's on 27 and looking good. Some very handsome shots so far. Goes big into the gap, and that will be 4. Between long on and deep mid wicket, he targeted that area and hit it to perfection, precision.
And that's a good shot. He balled it outside off stump, but he forced it on that area. And that's what I'm saying. It's too predictable at the moment. They're bowling too many slow balls. You got to push a few. Otherwise, it becomes much easier. The bowler knows what is happening. The batsman knows what is happening. And he can pound on you very quickly. Rohit has been very consistent on this series.
Nelson Odhiambo, 4th ball, gone for 6 already. And the scoop will fetch him another boundary. Very adventurous shot. It was a slower one, but he waited and he waited. And ultimately, the scoop proved to be productive.
He's toiling with Nelson. Extra cover. Good shot. Which sort of took it to mid-wicket. Good shot. And Dilshan's scoop came in and got a boundary. This got good batting.
Well, 10 runs off the over. The high score in the first innings in the tournament so far in this T20 was 156. Nepal chased that to get 157. That was a couple of days ago. And here we are equaling that high score with 2 overs. That's 12 and 2 more. 14 deliveries left. I suggest they would look for a minimum of 20, perhaps 25. That'll take them to 176, 180 even, Kennedy. Very much on the horizon with 6 wickets in the bag. You've got to even look for more.
Some word of wisdom from Collins come all day from the boundary. Are they trying to slow the game down, make the batsman wait more? Sometimes it helps, let him be. His idol drops a little bit and gone. I've seen the third man. Is it the third man just coming?
Yeah, and
Yes.
Sukhdeep's come into square near the umpire. So what are they going to do? Bowl a little short outside off?
And he pushed the fan back, so I don't know what he's going to try, or push the ball more.
Short outside off. Go for the big slash. Get caught a third man. There, but he's up to it. Bordell says, I'm still going to go where I want to go, and fetches it from outside off to the gap on the leg side for 2.
And that's the feel that Collins maybe has been saying, has been telling him to bowl. If you bowl on that area outside off stump, you force him to fetch it from there and take it to the leg side, then you're doing a good job. It's once in a while, but if you bowl a bouncer or bowl a short ball, you're in trouble.
Well, the backward point is inside the circle. There's the third man and a cover sweeper. Now, if you hit the ball uppish, there's a gap there. Oh, that's a wide.
It's a good one.
That plan is so telegraphed. I mean, everybody can see what he needs to bowl with this kind of a field. And surely Rohit Kumar Paudel, who's batting on 37, is smart enough to outguess the bowler.
It's going to be an interesting one. This one, I thought that was too harsh. It was not that much of a wide ball. But the middleman is in charge. Nelson was not happy at all. If you bowl into that field, it makes more sense.
Last ball of the 18th over. Oh, yes,
Thinking.
well done.
Good thinking.
They may still take 2, though. No, there's a slip, and he still decides to take 2. The throw comes in. And the keeper's then not quick enough. They steal the second. Very good over for Nepal once again. 161 for 4. 2 overs to go.
They get 20, 70, 80, 180s on card. They could get more than that.
That's going to take some getting by Kenya. They do have a decent set of batsmen, but you're required to go hard straight from the top. And there's always a bit of risk in the power play. You might get even 45, 50, but if you lose 2 or 3 wickets, it could get really tough. The consistency of getting 9, 10 and over all the way through gets really tough on the batsman to come later.
But their betting is quite deep. They can afford to go hard. If they bet hard and try and attack the seamers, because they haven't done that. Rakib has done very well with the spin bowling. He's attacked them well. He only needs a little bit of support. We've seen a little bit of Budia, and we've seen a little bit of with a good finish from Lucas. So if they can bowl it, if they can put pressure on them, it will be very, very, very interesting. That's it. Water coming in. It's been quite hot. Change of gloves. It's a drink.
Change of gloves, some new instructions. Not that the batsmen inside don't know. They only have 12 deliveries left. So the normal instruction would be, hey, listen, throw caution to wind. Go big. Try and get that 180, 185 and throw down the gauntlet.
Lucas has gone. Third man in.
Adil hasn't done too much. 3 only. He's been there for a while. Time for him to cut loose. Now or never. He's a big boy, like I said. Very strongly muscled, Adil. And he goes big, but he doesn't quite connect. That was a good delivery, very full.
It's good on order start. That's the area to bowl. Let him go. Let him look, try and fetch it underneath. Good Yorkers. He's a big boy. He can bowl those good Yorkers. Short ball, you're asking for trouble. The field is not placed for it at all.
Especially behind square on the leg side. Square legs in at the umpire. The fine legs in. Raj Patel. Will he be adventurous? Rohit Kumar Paudel batting on 39. Does he move outside off and play it to leg? Oh, well, that's very wide. I think Lucas also suggesting that, listen, you're not going to play me on the leg side. No way, no sir.
It's a good thing. I don't mind him doing that. Ball it a little bit wider if he's moving. Force him to hit on your areas. And because it's a left armer, so he's still bowling it across. So it's very good. It will work nicely.
Where are the boundary riders? On the leg side, just a deep mid-wicket and a long on. Nothing behind square. On the offside, 3 boundary riders. Long off, cover sweeper, third man. And he does go down leg.
Attack him in now. They run the first one fast. Can they get the second one? Yes, they do. Oh!
Ouch, that hurt Lucas. The ball was not in his hand, but of course they'd run very, very quickly. Now that I like. That kind of commitment. I know it's coming late in the innings and you feel, okay, if I lose my wicket, I'll still be okay. But you see that. The commitment was there and they made the two so quickly and it didn't go too far from the long-on fielder.
It's good running. Good running in between. The intensity is very good. They're running fast. They're taking the first one fast. And it's good. The ninth striker is the one who is coming back. So he's not the one who's not hitting the ball. So it's much easier for him to tap, take off when the bowler is bowling, and then be ready to come back as quick as he can.
Maybe they took only one, I don't know. Rohit Paudel tries to go big. Oh yes, he's found the gap. That's brilliant. Even though it wasn't a bad ball at all, very full, slightly outside off, but he squeezes it into that narrow gap between extra cover inside the 30-yard circle and the long off on the boundary. Handsome shot. Pleasing cover drive.
Good shot. Field placing is totally wrong if it goes to your right, which means that your field placing is wrong. It should go to your left. If it beats you on your left, then there's nothing wrong with it. On your right, you're the one who's supposed to cover that area.
I agree with you, but it was just hit too well. Screamed to the boundary. Again, very full. I've got to say, Lucas is bowling really well. Will they take the second? Not this time. And a good decision.
Good throw. They're putting pressure on the fielders completely.
But Lucas, I have to admit, has bowled consistently, very full, not allowing the batsman to get underneath. There was that wonderful screaming extra cover drive, but apart from that, just singles. He's done very well for Kenya.
Very good bowling. It's also a shame. Start from 30. If nobody's doing to look for singles at the moment, it's still like 40. Good ball!
The stumps cartwheel behind. And Adil tried to go big, missed. Lucas didn't. We've said that he's been bowling well. He gets his reward.
And that's what he needed. That's what we've been talking about. Is ball on that area. Be consistent on that area. Even if they hit you, but you're on that area, consistent on that area, it doesn't matter. And outstanding and good bowling from Lucas. Clean balled him. The score, 170 for 5.
Well, just 7 deliveries left. And we see the unmistakable gait of the Nepal captain. Or is it someone else? We'll see. No, it isn't. Okay, it's Vivek Kumar Yadav. There's that wicket. Right on target. Lucas doing really well. Good line. Great length. Adil trying to go big. Head up in the air.
That's a good on 170. It's going to be a good if Kenya chase this one. It's going to be quite exciting. When Nepal keep attack with the spinners, can Kenya go hard in the beginning? But at the moment, it's all Nepalis. They've been all over Kenyans.
Vivek Yadav was the one who, I think, bowled their first over in the first match, and he was all over the place. Unfortunately, was then dropped and has made it back into the team only for this, the 5th and final, most important T20 with the two teams locked 2-all. So we'll see what he can do with the ball later. Here he is with the bat. Oh, he goes over. Didn't quite catch that at all. Will they take the 2? They do decide to take the second. And the dive comes in. They may have to go upstairs for that. Yadav putting a price on his wicket. Does put in the dive, but I suspect the throw was so good. It was a keeper's arm from Sudeep.
Keeper's arm. If he gets it through, it's going to be a good one. There you go. Where is he? Oh, it's a tight one for us. We're really going to see what is going to happen. There we go. No, it's going to be a tough one.
Look at the dive, though. Brilliant.
That's a commitment you want to see. That's a commitment. Oh, I don't want to be the umpire on this one. I don't want to be the umpire on this one.
Well, it looks like the bat's inside the line. I don't see the bails flying, but we can't because the keeper's covering it from this angle. Irfan Kareem. Yeah, but look, that dive was at express speed. I mean, that was like a... He wasn't diving, he was flying through the air.
That's what it's a huge commitment.
I have to admit that just for that dive, Vivek Kumar Yadav deserves to stay in. Okay, let me see if we can get another angle or not. Otherwise, do we give the advantage to the batsman?
100% advantage to the batsman. They only have one chance, but you can't tell from that angle.
Well, he's busy trying to get the dust off his shirt. Was a fabulous...
I can't tell completely. But from there, it's quite tough one because you only see when the stumps goes down. So I think if you look at it, depends which team you're supporting. Because if you look from there, it looks like Ifan Karim has got him out, but we can't really see because the bears normally go out first, then the stumps will follow. So from my angle there, it's a tight one. There you go. There, I'm talking about there. Back again. It's a tough one.
Tight. But I'm still very impressed with that flying trapeze act. Vivek Kumar Yadav, wonderful to see that commitment. And he gets the green light. Good for Yadav, good for Nepal. But it was an excellent piece of fielding. Good right on top of the stumps as well.
Good, it's a tight one for them to get it. There's no other camera on this other side, so it makes it more difficult.
That was a keeper to keeper. Sukhdeep knew exactly what the keeper needed. Right on top of the stumps.
Not to mention the running in between. It's very good. They run fast. Sprint.
Last over, Kennedy. Here we go. 172. 185. Very much on the cards. That's only 13. In the final over, 13 is not very much.
Oh, dear. He's not bowled well at all.
Yeah.
For him and the captain to be gutsy enough to give him the ball. It's going to be interesting. He has gone for more than 15, 16 every over.
I wouldn't want to be Nehemiah Odiambo right now. Because the batsmen are going to go hard. Rohit Paudel batting on 46. I don't think he's going to care about his 50. He's going to go big every ball. And in that process, if he gets his 50, that'll be another sweet 50 for Nepal. They already have one in Gyanendra Malla.
Yeah, totally. They batted well. The confidence of Nehemiah will really matter on this over. So he's good batting from Rohit. He's batted well. I can't see from there unless he goes back one frame. Yes, that's good. We could see it there.
Well, it's a little late now, isn't it? Rohit Paudel, square drives. Well fielded. Do they want the two? No, they can still take it. Yeah, well, Rohit's so upset with himself. Not that you know that the throw is going to be wide, but it was, and they could have taken the second. Too late now.
Oh, dear.
Vivek Kumar Yadav there, very fortunate to still be there, but of course it could have been some other bat. So, unless he gets 20 runs this over, no real damage done with a run out being given.
Started the single, good bowling. Gets underneath. Is he going to be there? The fielder is underneath. Easy catch, well taken. Good ball from Nehemiah. Good comeback after the first over. Ball is right on the Yorker, and he couldn't get it over it. And very good catch from Budia.
Well, Yadav will be disappointed. Oh, is that Paudel? No, it's Yadav. Will be disappointed because a low full toss, ordinarily you'd put it away somewhere in some part of the park there. I think the bat turned just a bit in his hand. More high than long, and a rather easy catch for Budia. Got nicely underneath it. So Nepal do lose their 6th wicket. It brings big Karan Casey in, but it will be Paudel who has the strike, batting on 47. And if Karan does get an opportunity, let me assure you, hits the ball big. Hasn't really done much with the bat in this series. Has done very well with the ball. Here we go. 4 balls left. Outside off, and he'll get away with it. Paudel trying to hit it too hard. Lost his shape, lost his balance, lost the opportunity for a boundary.
That's what I'm talking about. There's a thing. Every ball at the moment, if you get a dot ball, if you get a single is as good as a dot ball. He's bowled well so far. He's bowled a dot, or he's bowled 1 run, he's got a wicket, and he's got a dot. And keep it in mind, a wicket is always a dot. So it piles the pressure.
3 balls left for Nehemiah. Oh, up in the air. It was a slow one. Clever ball. Easy catch at square leg. Should be taken. And it is. Sukhdeep gets nicely underneath. Rohit Kumar Paudel will not today get his 50. Still a fine 47 for his team. We can't hold that against him. Can't be too critical. He had to go big. It was a very clever slow delivery by Nehemiah.
There you go. He tries to go. And that's what Nehemiah has bowled well. He's bowled a little bit away from him, but it's a slow one. And good hands from Sukhdeep. Very, very, very good hands. Waiting for the ball nicely. And Nehemiah was bowled very well on this last over.
Well, I was talking about 185. Look at, we're 173. Only 1 run off this final over. 2 wickets It's been fabulous. I think Nehemiah Odhiambo is going to remember this over for a long time, even though Nepal still have a very handsome 173, which will take a bit of getting.
170 is always a good score. It's always good to have score on the board. Then it's a opposition to take care of it. And now you throw the pressure to the bowling team. There we go, Nehemiah. 2 more balls.
Sompal Kami, the new man, and he's at the non-strikers. Karan has the opportunity to hit it big. Oh, it's again very full, very well bowled. Brilliant final over so far by Nehemiah Odhiambo.
That's good bowling. Totally good bowling. He's bowled it on the area that we love to bowl. He's forced them to try and go to mid-wicket.
I wonder if Karan's going to give him the charge this final over, just to be able to get a low full toss or something, because we know this is going to be full.
He's got to try something.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Be adventurous. Oh, a slower one, hammered back, but not with much, not from the middle of the bat. The throw goes down to the keeper's end. Oh, he cannot collect. I suspect Karan would have made it anyway, despite that throw by Budia. So 2 runs to end the over. It's been a fantastic over. 2 wickets, just 3 runs. Nehemiah Odhiambo, well done. What a great finish for Kenya. They'll go back in the dugout feeling a little better about themselves, having saved perhaps 15 runs.
Oh, can they take this momentum to their batting side? They're giving each other high fives, so maybe they believe the surface is good for batting, so they can chase it. But outstanding performance from Nepal. 175. What a good inning. So we are set up for a very, 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 very good chase from Kenya if they chase it. And Nepal is with all the experience. Let's see what is going to happen.
We certainly will. There have been higher scores in T20 at this ground. In fact, we've got 191 by 7 by Pakistan against Bangladesh, September 2, 2007. So, but still, 176 for a win will take a bit of getting. And Nepal do bowl well with the new ball. Both Karan and Sompal have been very good with the movement. But I do think we have an interview down near the ground. I suspect... well, Shraddha's there, and we might get somebody soon with her. We'll see. But for now, let's confirm that Nepal have done very well. The highest score of this series, Kenya versus Nepal series. This is the 5th and final T20. Let's hear more from Shraddha.
Thank you, Charu, Steve and Kennedy, for presenting the first inning. I am at the iconic ground, Nairobi Gymkhana, which has witnessed many historic innings and hopefully history in making. I would like to call Deputy Director, Sports of Kenya Government, Mr. Ndakwa. Sir, you're welcome. Thank you for joining us. This series has got tremendous success. Can we officially say cricket is back in Kenya now?
Definitely, yes. We can comfortably and confidently say that cricket is back in Kenya. We have stayed for over 3 years without any international matches being held here in Nairobi. And for sure, as you can see, the enthusiasm and the support, we are happy we can say the game is back.
What are the plans to make Kenya team as strong as it was in 2002 and 3?
Cricket Kenya, I have seen they have put together a good team, a mixture of youth and experience. That means that they are looking forward, and this will give the youthful players an opportunity to develop